Hello, Tutamen, and welcome back to the channel for yet another video concerning citizenship. One of the questions that we got in our comment section to the German citizenship video was, how does German citizenship requirements compare to those of other countries? And that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video. Today I'm going to talk about 5 other countries other than Germany, but I'm going to begin with Germany because Germany basically follows the standard that everybody follows here in the EU. And that is, you need to have lived in Germany legally for at least 5 years. You need to have B1 language fluency, which is basic fluency. You need to have a clean criminal record in Germany. And you need to pass a citizenship test. And the citizenship test, I believe I said in another video, consists of 33 questions, of which you need to get at least 17 right. So just over 50%. It's that easy. So with that being the standard, let's look at a couple other countries and see how they maybe tweak those standards. The first country I'd like to present to you is that of the Netherlands. The Netherlands is a very stable country. It's very safe, strong economy. Other than the fact I think parts of Amsterdam are dirty, where the tourists just throw their trash on the floor. Beyond that, I think it's a very clean country and a good choice, really a good choice. But one of the things that the Netherlands demands of anyone seeking citizenship is that you have to renounce your American citizenship. If you take Dutch, then you need to be a Dutchman and nothing else. So if you choose or are thinking about going to the Netherlands, that's something you need to consider when going for your citizenship there. You're going to have to give up the American passport. Is that a deal breaker for some people? It might be. For a lot of people, I don't think it's a problem. Other than that, the Netherlands follows the exact same criteria as Germany. The next country we'll consider is that of Denmark. Very similar and yet different to the Netherlands. The people are very friendly. It's a very strong economy. It is very safe. And I've been there, gosh, I don't know, at least 4 times I've been there. Love the city of Copenhagen. I have nothing but good things to say about Denmark. One of the things you need to consider about Denmark, however, when talking about citizenship or even just coming over there to live prior to your citizenship, is this is a country that does not require that you have a job inside of Denmark. In other words, if you found a job in Germany or right across the border in Sweden, that's not a problem. Go to work. You don't have to be employed in Denmark. You only have to show that you make enough money to support yourself. That's it. Now, if we interpret that just a little bit further, what that means is if you have one of those electronic nomad or whatever the internet nomad type jobs where you can work anywhere in the world so long as you put in the hours on the computer, Denmark could be a good fit for you. You don't have to be employed in that country. So that is a strong thing to consider, something strongly in its favor. Other than that, Denmark has the same standards as everybody else. The next country I want to welcome you to would be Norway. This is a country I have a very high regard for. If you like mountains, and I do. If you like open spaces of wilderness, I do. If you like seafood, I do. And if you like cold weather, I do. Then Norway needs to be on your list for consideration. It's a super safe country, very strong economy. They've got darn near everything going for them. Yeah, taxes are a little high, but then again, wages are high. So it balances out, and that's not really an issue. But what makes the citizenship criteria of Norway so important or different is that unlike other countries that simply say you need to be able to support yourself, Norway says you need to reach a certain number of Norwegian krona, but you need to reach a certain threshold for money coming in order to qualify for citizenship. That threshold is several 100,000 Norwegian krona. But before you fall off your sofa or out of your computer chair, that only comes to 31,000 American dollars. Now, I say only 31,000 American dollars because in Europe, that's not tough to do. There are people who work in supermarkets. There are people who work in fast food restaurants who earn that money with full-time contracts, of course, but they actually earn that kind of money. So that is nowhere near as difficult as you might think it is. Keep in mind, as I said a moment ago, wages are higher in Norway than they are other places. So 31,000 is totally doable and believable. Other than that, their standards or criteria for citizenship are the same as everywhere else. The next country I'm going to talk about is Spain. And you'll notice that I don't have a Spanish flag here like the others. And that's because I haven't been to Spain yet. I only collect flags of the places that I've actually been to. And when I say been to, I don't mean passing through or changing planes in the airport. I mean, I've actually visited these places. So haven't visited Spain yet. It's on the list, just haven't been there yet. Spain essentially follows all the other criteria of all the other countries. You've got to pass a citizenship test. You've got to pass a language test. You have to have lived in the country a certain number of years and have a clean criminal record inside of Spain. That's it. But what makes Spain a little different is the language criteria is actually lower in Spain, where in all these other countries that I've talked about, you need to have a B1 language fluency. Spain only requires an A2 level. That is pretty darn basic. And if you've lived in a country for 5 years and you're only at an A2 level, you just haven't been trying. I don't know if you've been hanging out strictly with an American crowd or with an international crowd that tends toward English. But if you live in a country 5 years, there's no excuse not to reach A2. In my opinion, I think Justin would agree with me, B1 is very, very reasonable in a 5-year time period. So just so you know, Spain has a lower language criteria. Other than that, same as everywhere else. And the last country I'm going to talk about is France. France effectively has the same criteria as everybody else, with one exception. It seems that France will let anybody in. If you can't make it somewhere else, if for some reason you just couldn't get along in Germany or somewhere else, you always have the option of going to France. They have a very wide open immigration policy, and yeah. If you think you're going to have difficulty getting in or fitting in somewhere else, put France on your list. It might be the best option for you. So in conclusion, I'll repeat the standards one more time. B1 language level, generally speaking. 5 years living in the country, generally speaking. Pass a citizenship test, not difficult. And have a clean criminal record inside the country you're living. That's it. Now, granted, I limited my time and my research into just a few countries I've been to with the exception of Spain. But in doing just general research on some of the other countries, the standards don't change. This seems to be what the EU standard is. So if you come over here, you get a good job, you live here 5 years without getting in trouble, you have an excellent chance of getting citizenship over here, and then that's it. Your life over here is permanent. You will have left behind whatever difficulties, struggles, or problems you had in the U.S. That will be a thing of the past. And just for the record, I have applied for my German citizenship, and I'm now in line waiting to get it. And I don't anticipate any problems. So, we often say if you're not happy with your situation, do something about it. You can. There is a definite path forward. There absolutely is. So until next time, my friends, be smart and be safe and keep moving forward. Tschüss.